All right, y'all. Testing. We need to check. I'm just testing it to, hold on. Okay. Cause it, y'all, okay. All right, I guess we live. All right. Okay, so if y'all ever see me and y'all catch me when I'm going live, please just say, girl, we see you or something. Because literally, I just want to make sure because I am not doing this. Today's Friday. Today is Friday, honey. Friday, period. And today is the last day. Hold on, we're going to check in. Today is the last day. Excuse the noise. Today is the last day of work. We signed out, checked out. You know, if you've worked in education, you got the little checklist. Here's the thing. I don't have nothing to turn in to nobody, right? So I don't have nobody like to check in to. I just basically, I used to run to be ready to go first and everything like that. But girl, I'm helping them set up for the end of the year process. Like, that's another thing that I do, right? So I'm helping the counselor and the administrator set the library up so that the teachers can come and do their end of the year project. I'm helping, whether it be setting up the food, girl, we had a baby shower the other day. I'm setting up like different things that I do. I'm keeping tally. I keep tally of all the things that I be doing. You know what I'm saying? And it was kind of bittersweet. I'm still trying to make sure that I'm live. I'm talking. This is my testing till we get into the video. This open reflection, but also we testing at the same time. Make sure we good. Make sure everything working, right? But anyway, I was having anxiety today because it didn't hit me until like today and yesterday, but really today. See, yesterday it hit me real good because my kids left, right? The kids, my favorite children, they have like this end of the year send off where everybody gather, all the kids that's leaving, they go to the cafeteria and we do like a little ceremony and everything like that. And last year was my first year at the campus, so I ain't really had no feelings, but this time I really felt some type of way because the kids are what made my job bearable, y'all. Like, they made my job bearable because I was doing it for them. I wasn't doing it just for myself. Like, when they talk about remember your why, I was doing it for the kids. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, real quick, check in. I'm sitting in front of the window so we can have better lighting, but we have to figure something else out because I don't like these lines on my face and it's getting on my nerves. So I don't know. Real check in. Okay, anyway. But anyway, yeah, like we had to send off yesterday, and so I was really like, dang, like they really gonna be gone and it's really gonna be summertime. I ain't gonna have nobody yell at, I ain't gonna have nobody to, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me tell you, these kids irritating. One child, and I know who it was because he's the only person that would do some crazy stuff. So you know how the books be on the shelf? He took like alternating books and laid them down off the spine. I have it where the spine and the title is out. He laid it to the side, so it's alternating books. And I didn't notice it because we've been doing testing and everything like that. But when it took me probably 3 days because I was like, what's wrong with my shelves? Like, something is off in here and I can't, like, the vibes are off. Something is amiss. And I'm looking at the shelves and I'm like, who did that? You know what I mean? And I'm like, these kids are doing little pranks and stuff like that. Then I went to the bathroom, came back. How about the kids had the doggone TV screen on, you know how it looked broke? And it looked broke. I was about to have a fit in there because I'm like, y'all, they already don't want y'all in here because y'all don't clean up after. I have them cleaning up. They have to vacuum. They have to do everything because they don't really be wanting the kids in the library for lunch. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, y'all done broke the doggone TV screen. They already told me they ain't got no money. This not coming out of my check. Like, I went off on them. I did. Because like, who in here breaking the screens? Who does that? Like, what could you possibly be doing in here? Yeah. They've been pranking me. And so it was like bittersweet, you guys, like bittersweet. Like for yesterday to see my girls, we were taking pictures and everything like that. I'd be on them about their schoolwork and stuff like that. Like, it was just a lot. It was a lot for me. And then today, y'all, you know, our staff thing, it's just a little ceremony, like who's coming, who's not. But if that's something that you want to share, but really just giving awards and different things of that nature, recognizing people for their service, just all of those different things. And so, you know, as somebody that really be fighting to get to work every day, I was like, ooh, where is this coming from? Where I couldn't wait for this day. And now it's here. And I'm like, oh my God. Listen, I had to, you know, for all the computers, I told y'all the story about the computers yesterday. How about I go turn my computer in? First of all, I didn't even go check out because I was just going to wait till everybody else checked out for me to go. Because I had some paperwork I need to do anyway. Just closing up. And they made an announcement talking about if you don't come check in with your computer, even though you keeping it, you gotta fill out a police. I had to fill out a police report when I couldn't find my computer. And they found it. And I was laughing because it wasn't funny, but it was funny. Anyway, I go down there and principal like, yeah. I just want to check in. You know, this is my insurance that you coming back. And see, that lets you know I'm not lying, bro. I am not lying. It's toxic, but it's funny. It's funny. It's not toxic, but it's just like y'all irritated. But I wasn't lying. So all that stuff I feel, I wasn't wrong. You know what I mean? The other part though is that my favorite coworkers. I have been watching my favorite coworkers leave. Like last year, all my favorite coworkers were leaving, and it made me want to leave too. Cause I'm like, wait a minute, between y'all and these other people, like and the kids, like I don't, you know what I mean? Like we talk about, you know, we love our job and everything, but the people you work with really make your day-to-day operation, right, bearable. And I think we know it, but it's just like you need to really, like, if you work with some good people, you work with some good people. But at the same time, you can't let you working with good people keep you from your purpose. That's what today's video is about, girl. That's what I was feeling. I took my nap like I normally do when I come home from work, and then I was like, what are the vibes, right? What are the vibes? What are we feeling? What is the energy? And yeah, so I said, as I got on my notes also here, okay, we're gonna go ahead because we kind of in between opening. I think we liked having the program. We did really well having a program, having an itinerary. You know, like we need a schedule. We need some like talking points, something on the screen. I like that. Keep me on track. Keep me focused, right? All right. Excuse the noise. Excuse the noise. Okay. All right. So it's bittersweet because I feel like when I first started working this job, I felt like I went in bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and then we saw the rose-colored glasses go off, and now we're going into year 3. And that's when I was sitting in my office, taking my time, getting ready to go. I had already been ready to go. Let's start there. But the thing is, I was taking my time like, why I'm taking time? What's going on? Where is this? I'm in my chest. I'm like, what's in my chest? What's that? What's going on? Girl, I have never been at a job longer than a year and a half. A year and a half. Really a year, because that half is getting up out of there. You know what I'm saying? But we're going into 3 years at the same job. And I know for some people that is the norm, that is stability, but I'm a type of person, I like to move around. I like new people, new experiences, new vibes, new energy, just new, reset. And so it's a lot for me. It is a lot for me to, stay in one place, right? Just staying in one place. But I feel like when you have a good team, even though the team is irritating, it's a good team. It's not that bad. It's not that bad for me, but for other people, you see what I'm saying? Like, my circumstances are a little bit better than other people's, but it's just kind of like, I understand. Like, I tell them to leave. I be telling people to leave their job. Like, that is my favorite thing to do, is leave. I be trying to tell them, like, look, all these jobs the same. Period. All of them. They all the same. Okay? Things work out for me because things work out for me. However, I'm not going to ever discount somebody else's experiences, right? It's like sometimes when you're in a situation, people will be like, oh, it's not that bad. But you're looking at it from yo crystal staircase. You looking at it from on the outside looking in. You're not in that boots on the ground. You're not in there with them like that for real. So you can't speak over somebody else's experiences. Like, when you start talking about how you feel and what you're going through, and people that want you to stay where they are, they don't want you to transition or whatever. Like, no, I tell people to leave. I say, if this is not working out, you need to go find you another job. It is always better on the other side. I didn't take my own advice because I be like, girl, we're gonna get into it because I was like, man, all my favorite people are leaving. All my favorite people, all the people I told, hey, because everybody don't listen. You know how when you at the job and y'all shooting it and y'all talking and stuff, and everybody don't listen, and you just be talking, but you don't like your circumstances, but you just talking about your circumstances every day. No. Let's come up with a plan. Let's put something in place and let's get it popping. Let's move on to the next level. Don't stay stuck and do not stay stagnant. Right? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Make it pop. Make it do what it do. Like, that's what I like to do with people. Like, for real. And so, my favorite quote, he didn't even tell me. He waited to the end because he knew that I was going to be feeling some type of way. And I did. I felt some type of way. I did. But you know what? And what I really appreciated is, like, even if there's a transition, you don't truly leave people behind, right? You're not truly leaving a relationship or a circumstance behind because you make and you forge those genuine connections. I feel like I be forging like real connections with people. Like, we be on clicking right here, and I really be holding it down for people, like, for real. And so, like, when things don't work out, or when you think you're associating with yourself with somebody that's really good, like good people, and then they're not, you feel some type of way because, like, I was genuine and you wasn't. So that's a problem, you know what I mean? But when you have those genuine connections, and then it's time to let that butterfly, because when you land the butterfly, but then they gotta flutter, right? Because you can't grasp it, because then you might kill the butterfly. You see what I'm saying? So you have to let it just enjoy that little moment that they said hello and moved on. Like, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, this is like the second year of having people that you genuinely care about move on. You know what I mean? But I still talk to the people that move on and everything like that, follow on Instagram, everything. But it's just like, and then I was like, well, why is this bothering me so much? Why do we care so much about this? Well, if you come from an unstable background or whatever, like, I moved around a lot when I was little, which is probably contributing to the fact that I feel like I can't stay anywhere for too long. But it's just kind of like, when you've never really had stability, right? And there's always this, I'm a Scorpio moon, so there's always this energy of like a death and a rebirth type thing or whatever, right? You kind of just want to hold on to things tightly because You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know how long it's going to be there, so you want to hold on to it while you got it there. But you really have to let it go and let people flourish and let things transpire on its own. Like trying to be in control or keeping on, like, that's how you know, like, you in a genuine connection. Because, you know, reflecting on my own situation, like, when I wanted to leave, people would try to manipulate me to stay, like, do all type of crazy stuff to keep me here. That's what yesterday, the other video we did, that's how I'm trying to tell you, manipulating you to stay where you are, right? Versus I'm the type of person, if somebody want to leave and I feel like they should, I be telling people to leave. I be like, go. Ain't nothing here for you, period. Nothing here for you, nothing. I have left jobs and they all the same, okay? Trust me. Go. Do what you have to do, and trust me, it is going to work out. It always work out. It don't look like it's gonna work out. It ain't gonna feel like it's gonna work out. It is not gonna feel like none of that. It's not gonna be fun. I'm gonna let you know right now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna hold you. It's not gonna ever, like, it's not gonna be fun at the first little couple of steps you take it. Nah, you gonna be falling for real. But you know what? Eventually you get to flying, okay? Eventually you gonna start spreading some wings and you gonna be flapping around, you know what I mean? So it's just like, it's just all a part of the process. But that is the difference between me and other people, and I'm learning the more I interact with other people. I'm sorry if the lighting is changing or whatever, but the more I interact with other people and the more I see how other people do things, I reflect into myself. I'm like, well, what is the disconnect, and why don't I vibe with this? Like, there's a disconnection, and the disconnection is I don't mind people leaving, and other people, they want to keep you and they will do whatever. They're not evolved, right? And you just, you know, everybody not there. Let me make sure I'm staying on the tracks. Okay, I have another coworker. She's staying, and something that I really I had to check in and make sure that she wasn't leaving. Okay, but what I learned from her, and this is just a reflection from the year, okay? You know, when you have bad situations at your job or wherever you are, use that experience to catapult you into some new success. You know what I mean? When I was having issues at my job, I shifted gears. I changed my YouTube channel, changed the strategy from vlogging my job to doing something more authentic to myself. Whether people vibe with the new content or not, I'm still going to do whatever I feel like is natural to myself, because that's what it was for in the first place. You know what I mean? We had no business, even though if it helped people, we probably had no business vlogging our job. We were just doing it because it was the easier thing to do. But it's still, even that helps people. You know, me being honest about my job, that helped people. And it's always a blessing in every little thing. But yeah, using the discomfort, the pain, just the depression, everything, using that to move you into the new direction. And so her thing is, like, every time something get on her nerves, she like, girl, they gonna let that pain push me to the purpose. Pain push you to the purpose, right? So we get irritated at work, and so we take a little planning time, and we use that planning time to do something constructive, taking that energy and channeling it into a project. I didn't tell nobody but the people that was close to me, but we had our photo shoot. Okay, we got our website gonna be launching up, right? We have projects that we're gonna get our social media done. We have a whole plan, itinerary of what we're doing this summer. I only get a month and a half off, if that, okay? Because I have to go back and work in July. Okay, so even if they're not paying us for the summer, I can use that free time. Imagine if I was able to do all of this stuff that I did while I was working, while I was going through everything I was going through. I was able to do everything. Imagine what I'd do if I had 24 hours. So think about it like that. If you can take some time from your job and put it into something that you're passionate about, you see what I'm saying? get yourself to the next level, whether it be applying to other jobs, whether it be starting something that belongs to you, or a passion project, just putting that energy into something constructive. Because I feel like oftentimes we get so hung up on the fact that we're unhappy and we're not satisfied in our current circumstances that we just kind of wallow in that, right? And so especially like at work, like you go to the break room, everybody want to talk about how this and that and the third, and before you know it, it's just a cloud of negativity. Take that energy. We need to go talk to ChatGPT, see what she can do. Help me up, write me up something. You know what I mean? Get constructive about your purpose. And so I wanted to include that. Hold on, where am I at? Okay. Let's talk about letting go without fear. And I promise this is going to be the last video where we're going to be sad. Okay, we're not really sad, but it's like this is, and it's not, because you like this is not the end of the year, it's the end of the school year, right? And so you get it, like if you're at the end of the year. Okay, so I wrote down, okay, I have my notes. Okay, we oftentimes believe that endings are bad, right? Like because something is coming to a close, we assume that whatever enters is going to be worse, or you know, and so we have this thing where I call it emotional hoarding. Okay, like you're not accustomed, like people are leaving, coming and going, but you don't like that. You want people to stay, so you rather people stay in your life, you know, whether they're supposed to be in there or not. Like you just want to keep everybody, right? Because you don't want people to leave or situations to leave, so you just hoard things into your life, right? And I feel like the energy is shifting to where the things that are not supposed to be in alignment, the things, the relationships, the circumstances that are not in alignment, they have to go. They're leaving. They're literally goodbye. Like that is what's happening. And anything that is coming in new is going to be better for you. You know what I mean? Like when I had issues this year, the close of those relationships brought me in new and better and genuine relationships. I value genuine relationships. I value genuine partnerships, collaborative, like truly collaborative. A lot of times people link up because they want to use you. They see you as a resource and they want to use you. They want to manipulate you, and they will give you advice on your situation based on their perception, but also what they are projecting. They want you to remain somewhere. They want you to do something. So if you want, or you have this thing within you and you want to do something different, they are going to manipulate you and tell you not to do this, or make you question and second guess yourself, so that you don't take action toward this other thing. Because if you take action toward this other thing, then that's going to eliminate them. So they are always going to act in accordance to their own self-preservation. Catch the word, baby. Catch the word. They're gonna always, you know, be into their own self-preservation. They're gonna always protect themselves and do what's best for them. And if you don't recognize that, then you are going to be stuck and stagnant, and you're gonna be like, why do I feel like this? Like I was at work and I was doing this, doing and I interacted with somebody, and after that I started having these thoughts, like, and I'm like, why do I feel like this? Why do I feel a little self-doubt? Because look, we've been doing good. When I show y'all the stuff that I've been working on, like I had my pictures, when I you see what I'm saying? And then thought came to me, it's like, well, you're having self-doubt about just one little thing. Imagine if you would have told this person about the big things that you did. That's just a small thing. You just did a little pinky thing right there. They just know about the pinky. They don't know about your other 5 hands. They don't know about this over here. So imagine if you would have said something, or like when we're so happy, enthusiastic about the things that we're doing, we share and everything like that, but everybody don't have your best intention at heart, right? So imagine if I would have said, hey, boom, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and blah, 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 blah. They would have casted that little negative energy cloud over here, and I would have started second guessing myself and second guessing what I had going on. You know what I mean? And then we probably would have never got to the action step, or never this thing that was supposed to purpose. My actual purpose would have never happened. We never would have took action toward it. You see what I'm saying? Because you told somebody and they didn't see it and they don't want you to, you see what I'm saying? So sometimes you do have to move. G's move in silence like lasagna, period. You have to keep that to yourself. All right? Because everybody, and you know it, but sometimes we just, I like to see the best in people. And I really be like, dang, really them? Dang, that cuts deep. It cuts deep. All right, let me go to the next part. I want to stay on track. I don't want to be here all day. But I'm having a good time. Okay. Yeah, okay, I talked about that. Hold on. Yeah, so the song that I was thinking of was Mariah Carey, Butterfly. And that's when I was talking about, like, when the butterfly just move through, or just flowers, anything, the beauty just moves through with the wind or whatever. And so, like, if you want to admire beauty, you can admire beauty, but you don't have to, like, grasp it or hold it too tight. In fact, if you would hold it too tight, you would probably crush the butterfly or crush these things, you know what I'm saying? And so that's the energy that I'm feeling, and I feel like it's a blessing to be a part of people's transformation. Like, I am so happy that, you know, people, even the kids writing me letters, everything, you know, even teachers, like other people. The other video, we talked about how people feel like we're gonna do nothing. I was talking to somebody, I was just talking like, hey, y'all know how I am. We finna be year 3 at this school. I'm feeling it in my chest. I'm feeling it. And they were like, man, you do a lot, man. And I'm like, cause I'm on all the stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think people understand, like, going from being like a teacher to being like an administrator, and then being in limbo and navigating the different opinions. I think it affects me so much because I actually care about people's opinions. I actually care about making the environment suitable for everybody. You know, I understand that there are different things that have to go on so that we can run the school, you know, because if you waited for everybody's opinion, you would never get anything done. I have learned that you would never get anything done if you were always focused on what everybody got to say. Everybody is not going to be happy. Everybody's not going to get what they want out of the situation. But I try my hardest to make sure that everything is feasible. I have put in, you know, like, y'all want us to come after school. You want us up here. Y'all not paying us for this. Okay? So you can't tell us it's required. I stand by it. I went to war for that. Okay? I went to war for that. I did. And we won. We won that. This last little event, they took a staff meeting off and everything like that. Now, I'm going to be honest, I was going to go, but I couldn't get out the couch. I couldn't risk my dog pooping and peeing all over the house like that. I just can't risk it. But the fact that was in place made me happy. Like, I'm making changes out here, you know? But it's just one of them things, y'all. It's just one of them things. And maybe I wouldn't take things so personally, you know, if I didn't really care, but I low-key, high-key, we care a little bit. Just a little bit. And I think, you know, I'm not looking for a gold star or anything, but it's just like, girl, there's a lot of things I be doing to keep the energy good. Keeping the energy good, keeping people on the up and up. And so to be a part of other people's transition, whatever they want to do, it don't matter. Like, we have somebody that's doing, like, they want to go back to school and get their master's. Do your thing. I'm all about, you know, expansion and growth and new horizons, expanding your horizon, just doing the best you can do for yourself. That's going to be different for everybody. You know what I mean? And, you know, because some people, they really only want you to do what is in alignment. Like, to be honest with you, like, if you are a executive or whatever, most of them are only going in management. They're only going to want you to do because you're a worker. You see what I'm saying? You are a worker. You serve the need for the company, right? So they need you to do whatever they need you to do because it is going to mean something for the company. But if you are investing in yourself, Investing in yourself means that somebody does not get something, and it's probably going to be that job. If you are investing in yourself, if you are putting yourself first, then that means somebody else comes second, right? And these other people, they don't want to come second. They want to come first. They want to take over your life. They want to take over everything. And that's not how I don't vibe with that. So I'm always going to advocate for people. So I'm happy that people are leaving and different things of that nature. It just makes me sad because I'm like, what next year going to look like? That's the other part. Like, what is next year going to look like, right? But I think that, because I be, girl, look, people get into education and they stay. And that's good. For the people that want to stay, stay. Do your thing. Do your thing. But I'm not going to sit here and lie to people at all, because the state of education is trash. Okay, period. I don't care. It is. And it's not fair for people to come in and think it's one thing and then it's totally not. And then you get gaslit. Like, I have been gaslit. I have been everything you can think of. You see what I'm saying? And it's just not fair. It is not fair. So I'm going to always advocate for people to do the best that they can for themselves. Okay? Do the best you can for yourself, by yourself, because you are the number one priority, period. Okay? So anyway, yeah, so when I was talking about what is next year gonna look like, let's talk about it. Girl, we did all of that. Let's move down. We did all of that. We hit it all at one time. New reflections, burning peace, becoming the catalyst. We did all of that. Let's move on to attracting. So I was like, what are we gonna do next year? And the moment that I said goodbye to someone else, I got an invitation to something else, right? And 2 invitations, really. And so it's like things really do fall apart, but they fall into place. You just confuse the falling with it's breaking down, but it's really just reforming and reimagining itself into a better situation for you. I feel like everything is going to be on the up and up, but when you're going through loss, when you're going through transitions, right? Because I'm not going to say endings. We're moving from one set of experiences to another set of experiences. It's just a process. Yeah, we did have to, we did a little emotional eating. We did. And we took a nap. I cleaned up over there. But I took a nap and laid it down. And I was like, I'm feeling some type of way, you guys. I'm feeling some type of way. But I think it's all for the best. Because let me tell you, when you are stuck in stagnant relationships, you can't grow and you can't flourish. I touched on it earlier, but I really want to drive it in. When you are in relationships that are not in alignment, everything you do that whenever like you're trying to better yourself is going to push you out of alignment with these people. So it's like one or two. Coming from somebody that try to make things and try to keep things emotional, relationship hoarding or whatever. Listen, the more you move into your alignment, your purpose, whatever, you are out of alignment with these other people. You find out who is for you and what is against you when you are moving toward your purpose. If you like, that's Jesus be like, look at me, walk with me on the water. The moment you look over there, things go crazy, right? Things go crazy. But the thing is, like, you're walking, so you have to stay focused. And so things that were distracting you ahead, like, they fall away because you're staying focused on the task in hand. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. They give you the steps, you follow the step. 1, 2, 3, we're doing the steps. Step. The other thing is, when you are following and you're doing your walk or whatever, like, you're staying focused. You don't have time for the distraction. You see what I'm saying? So when you talking to other people and you say, I'm gonna do this, and they're like, you think that's gonna work? You think that's a good idea? What about this? What about that? All that doubt start creeping up into your mind, and you just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you start second guessing yourself, and then you take your eye off, and now things going haywire in your life because you got distracted, right? But when you stay focused, you stay the course, and you ignore the distractions happen in the field. That's what we said in another video. Distractions happen in the field. You stay focused, you stay on your walk, you do your thing. These other things that were just distractions or just negative energies, they naturally fall apart. But you'll probably think that, you know, your life is falling apart because things are not, you know, it's not giving what you thought it would give. Like, you thought that your walk or walking in your purpose was going to be, you know, sunshine and rainbows and butterflies and daffodils and, you know, peonies, a little, you know, some gardenias. Like, you thought that's what it's going to be. No. It might be a little weird. It's a little weird on your walk because the things that no longer serve you, they have to fall apart. But then the other thing, what gets me is, you know, the things that you thought or the people you thought were good for you and they're not good for you. They turn out, and it's like you see it, but you don't want to see it. You don't want to know. You don't want to know. You don't want to believe it. You know it, but you don't want to believe it. You don't want to believe it. You can have a gift. You can have discernment, but you don't want to because dang, really? Them two? Really? You never, like, have you ever been in a relationship with a hater before? Like, literally, like, people that really, like, real life hate you, like, really don't want you to have nothing, really don't want you to be all that you're destined to be, for real. And then every relationship that you get into, right? Because this is coming from my own experience and, you know, clocking my own tea. Every relationship you get into, every friendship you get into, things don't work out or things, it puts you back into a shell, puts you back into a box, and you feel like you can't share. You don't need to communicate with people. Because why would I need to communicate with these people? Why do I need to share that I don't need to share? You know, but it needs to happen. It needs to, your sharing is going to help someone. It is going to move somebody from one situation to a better situation. Because I feel like we're so stuck and we're so stagnant, you know, and the people that are the loudest they're not saying nothing, you know what I mean? And people need that authenticity. People need the truth, and people need real, you know what I'm saying? Real stuff. So I hope that helps somebody. Anyway, let me make sure I'm covering everything, girl. Woo! Okay. I think that's pretty much it. I feel like the main energy, and I'm so proud of myself. We got it down to 36 minutes. Ooh! I know you're proud of me. We be on here for an hour. Okay, listen. But I really wanted to share. I just wanted to share. We don't have any chat or any Q&As right now, but yeah. So I'm gonna just do closing remarks. But y'all, I am so happy. I am so happy that I'm doing these videos because I don't know, I just feel like they're helping people. And even if, like, it doesn't matter, like, I just feel like it's feeding my soul. The more that I get to express what's really inside of myself and be my authentic self. Oh God, oh goodness. It just feels so freeing, right? It just feels so freeing, and it really makes me happy to share, because I feel like this is, like, people need that. People need it, girl. They need the truth, the way and the light, girl. They need the period. Anyway, woo-woo aside, I am really thinking about doing my hair. Okay, I like the wigs. Wigs are fun. But you can comment down below or in the chat and let me know, or just whatever. I want to lighten my natural hair. My natural hair is tailbone length. Now here's the thing, listen, my natural hair is tailbone length. Okay, I am really thinking about doing maybe a live and direct do my hair with me day. I don't know, and I want to do, I'm gonna do some research, but I want to do high colors. This is the wig, but high colors, and do my hair. I'm really thinking about it. I'm really thinking that can be my summer thing too, because it's hot. and this wig is hot, and it's, you know, it's nice or whatever, but like, girl, we be sweating, and I'm tired of, you know, I don't know. Let me know what y'all think we should do, but I'm really thinking about, and then I can do the streaks. I'm gonna do some research right now. So anyway, let me know what you think. I hope you like this video. If you are in education and you are doing a little transition, everything like that, or it's the end of the year, girl, hugs your way. Hugs your way. We made another year. We made it another year. Woo. Yeah, we made it. I got a month and a half. Okay, so I will see y'all in the next video. We're gonna do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I hope you like this video, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.